Welcome to the Super Business Women Show. Happy Saturday. This is where the vibes run high and the truths run deep. I'm Byron Locke, Love, Loans, and Lifestyle. I'm joined here with my co-host, Crystal, the
Hola.
savvy investor,
Hello.
sending healing vibes to our other co-host, Alexis Arce of Couture Management.
What's wrong with Lexi?
So her lupus is acting up.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I am sorry about that. That's not a good thing ever.
So, hello, everyone. I'm tongue tied today. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Business Women. I'm tongue tied. Let's start
Super
again.
businesswoman show.
The Super Business Women Show.
Did you have one of those mimosas I had today?
So I did not, but I will tell you, I have not had an off day in 3 months, and I worked yesterday and last night, and I had a class today.
Those off days are coming, though. I know they're coming soon.
Now, they don't have to come. I got a mission.
Okay. A woman on a mission is unstoppable.
It is. So today's episode holds a special kind of weight. We're honoring the life and legacy of Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Oh, that's nice.
Also known as Theo Huxtable.
Yes, Theo.
Who tragically passed away in Costa Rica. Growing up, many of us tuned in weekly, and we don't even have those shows anymore to watch the Huxtables: Claire, Cliff, Theo, Denise, Vanessa.
I thought I was Yeah, Vanessa.
Yeah. Rudy.
Rudy, and what was the other one's name? Lisa.
Lisa was Denise.
I thought Lisa was the one from was she the one who married Lenny Kravitz?
Yes.
What was her last name? Lisa Bonet.
Lisa
Bonet. That was my girl.
So their love, humor, respect, and intelligence modeled a version of a family that transcended race and class for us.
I agree.
Things we don't see now. Now we're seeing love and hip hop where they're fighting. There's drama, there's gossip, there's divorce, and it's all glorified.
It is glorified.
Theo especially was an emotional heartbeat of the show. He was witty, someone who evolving, someone who related a character, who offered a warm example of Black adolescence, navigating family values, growth, and humor with respect and class.
And he had a lot of respect on social media. People really, really were showing him a lot of love and mourned him in a very respectful way. And I thought to myself, when, they say that you're no one until somebody, until you're gone, a lot of time that's when people give you your flowers, unfortunately, because I like Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner, but I didn't know he was still in the midst of things the way that he was. I didn't know that.
He was such a talented artist. And I was enamored with how he was raised, the origin of his name. He was named after Malcolm X.
Okay.
And he was named after one of the poets, something Jamal. I forget the guy's first name.
I don't know that one.
So that's where they got his name from. So that took us all by surprise. His passing at 54 reminds us how deep the cultural impact of that series was, too.
That's what I got from it. I mean, yeah, because it was very sad. When I saw that, he had taken his daughter out in the water, and for her to have to experience watching her dad pass like that, that's a lot, And then he had just made a very touching video before he passed. So we don't know the day and the hour, and that's the reason why we have to be good people in our hearts.
We do. That series, that television show, wasn't just entertainment. It offered life blueprints for many of us.
I agree.
And it was one of the reasons why we wanted to go to HBCUs, why we believed we can be physicians, why we believed we can be doctors.
And lawyers.
Wasn't
Claire Huxtable
an attorney.
Right, a woman attorney on top of that. It let us
we
know we
believed that we could have a family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the route we were supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a blueprint as to family. And what saddened me is I can't think of one show that's on television now that reflects us with family and all of the enriching values.
I think, unfortunately, even the ones that try to show some type of value there, I guess. In so many of them, we're depicted as, just walking on the wrong side of the fence.
What do you mean by that?
Like, I can't think of anything. I mean, I'm going to say, and this is a terrible, because it doesn't relate back to how, like phenomenal and excellence, Black excellence or melanated excellence that the Cosbys had, but power, I mean, I'm just
You mean
saying,
Power on the show?
yeah, power,
Yeah, but he was a
empire.
drug
I know
dealer
that was what
who
I was
cheated on
saying.
his wife,
Right.
left his children,
I agree. So that's why I said most of the stuff that's
and killed
we're
people.
right. So it's depicted as the wrong. So when you're saying that we don't have that, I mean, I can't think of anything. I don't look at a
I
lot of
can't.
television. I can't think of
Yeah,
anything.
I struggled. I struggled, and I was like, "Do we think
It's
it?"
probably something out there though. Maybe it's something on Tubi. I don't know.
Well, Tubi, it's not mainstream television, so
Um,
people are watching, and what they're ingesting, what we watch, we are.
that's true. That's why
Yeah.
we're
That's why
programmed.
you have to guard your ear gate, your ears, your eyes, you have to guard your tongue, so that you are controlling what you intake.
I don't know. Maybe we should try to maybe write to some of the Black. I keep trying to say melanated instead of Black.
Because even Tyler Perry and all the good he
Yeah,
does,
he's
it's
too.
normally drama
It
filled.
is drama. That's what I was
But I
saying.
think maybe that's what they think sells now, or maybe that's what, obviously that's what sells because that's what we're watching.
Yeah, but it's not, I mean, I'm not a super like I definitely color outside of the box, that's for sure, and I don't play in the sand the way everybody else do, square into a circle and everything. But I definitely think I would really like to have the option to look at some good stuff, that's depicting melanated people as being the kings and queens that we are, and delivering our seeds like to be that way. That's what I would like.
All I
Cause
can say is programming is real.
oh, it definitely is.
Programming is real. And what caught my eye also was the young lady that her name was Karen. I think her name's Karen White, if I'm not mistaken. She
Karen
dated
White.
Malcolm Jamal Warner, and she put a picture out that says, "I love you and always, always, and always, always." And she said, "Sending love, and prayers to your wife and your daughter and your family."
Mhm. So it was and always, nothing else.
So I
Forgot it doesn't.
yeah.
Was it Karen White the singer? Remember Karen White the singer?
No,
Love's
it was,
all the.
remember Jasmine? I think
I
her
wish I
name
could
was
sing.
Jasmine when she played. She played with him. They dated. They grew up as kids and dated for 8
I
years.
knew I could hear a little dating in there though, because she said, "I love you always,
And always.
always, and always." Wife was probably like, "Yeah, be quiet, Miss Always."
I don't think people are making a big deal out of it. Um, if she loves, if she still loves him, just because you're done with someone doesn't mean that you don't love them anymore. It doesn't mean that you don't love them.
That's true, and he's not coming back, so you might as well just express it and put it out there as your
She
truth.
wrote, "What a profound karmic relationship, my friend. Thank you. Until we meet again, love you always and always. My deepest condolences to Pam Warner, his wife, and his daughter."
Oh, that was
And people
beautiful.
had a problem
No,
with
that's
it.
beautiful.
And she posted this photo with them when they were younger. So she grew up with him and she dated him for 8 years.
That's a long time.
Just because you break up with someone doesn't mean that they're not still family. It
That's
doesn't mean you
true.
don't love them.
I agree.
You can love someone always and always, which means I love you, flaws and all.
That's all. I mean,
So,
that's
and
it.
people read so much into it.
Into
She
it.
was
That's
being
true.
disrespectful. Are you guys insane?
People are nuts on
They
the internet
truly
and they're
are.
very overly opinionated. Shut up.
And not emotionally balanced.
Definitely. I'll be quiet with your opinions of negative things at least. But I was listening to Robert Greene. This was so profound to me. So Robert Greene,
Who's Robert Greene?
I don't know if he wrote the 48 Laws of Power, but I believe he did.
Mhm.
But I know he speaks about it all the time. I believe he is the one who wrote the 48 Laws of Power.
Mhm.
And he said that what we need to do as human beings is we need to go back and deal with our childhood and find out all of the things that we used to love to do back in our childhood.
Mhm.
And with all of the trauma and all of the different things that we go through in life, it kind of like leaves leaves our thought pattern. So
Mhm.
if you go back to that, then you can find your passion, your purpose, and what makes you happy. So I think a lot of these people that are out here in the world that just spew negativity, they probably need to go back into their childhood and find that imaginative thing about themselves, like where they felt like they could create anything in the world instead of, because somewhere all that type of stuff comes from a lot of pain.
It comes from lack of emotional discipline. It comes from not having emotional intelligence. How do you have an opinion about someone? How are you so offended at someone else?
I mean, I don't get it. I mind the business that pays me, and I've been paying myself lately. So I'm
I,
a,
I don't get it. And it's almost like we live in a dysfunction in our mind.
that's my point.
So people will say you can't be civil or friends with an ex. I guess it's supposed to be complete hate, although you're raising kids together. People seem to think that you automatically hate your ex's significant other
Hmm.
simply because they're with them. It's it's mind blowing things like that. So you walk around in a constant chaos.
It's all in your head.
Yeah,
It's all in your head. That's why I said these people, like, because I was thinking to myself, when I was growing up, I used to kind of just be a little dreamy and just want to be like this, I want to be like that. So
you're
realistically,
still dreamy, Crystal.
I know exactly, but that's who I am. So, I I create my passions, I create my dreams, I go out and make it happen. I just think if people just stepped away from just so much of whatever, I
So they
can't
need to
describe
sit on
it.
a couch and deal with unhealed trauma.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You need to go sit on. I mean, some of them I want to say you need to sit on my lap. What's wrong with you? You need a hug? The heck? Come on now. Yeah.
So do you see how did the 90s sitcoms shape generational values?
Oh, a lot. I mean, I used to love the Jeffersons. I used to love the Facts of Life.
But the Jefferson George was kind of abusive.
I mean, but
It
I
was
mean,
funny abuse, but it
right,
was
but you got an
abusive.
opportunity to see them moving on up, and because he wasn't physically abusive,
No,
no, but he was just a jerk.
he was.
So that just got you the opportunity to see. A lot of times you got a lot of power. You
He
can't
was an
always,
organic a-hole.
right. You
Mhm.
can't always be the
An
good
equal
guy.
opportunity a-hole.
Right. There
Yes.
and then I liked Archie Bunker.
Oh, I
Now
used to
he
like
was
him
really
too. He
nuts.
was a racist and a sexist.
I even liked Benny Hill.
Oh, it was too silly for me. I couldn't.
Did you ever look at Prisoner Cell Block H? Did you ever see that? Every time I
So I
ask
couldn't see
someone,
that. My mother was prohibiting me from seeing
oh,
that. But
I
yeah.
liked Prisoner Cell Black Age. It was those women from
With
England that were locked up in
oh,
prison.
I thought it was like I thought it was Prisoner Cell Block H was with Alabisi and the
No,
guys.
no, no, no. I didn't really like that either, but that came out. But my mother, I mean, I was grown, close to grown, but I forgot what the name of that was. But those people were nuts on there. But Prisoner Cell Block H was about these people from England. I remember B on there, and it was just I don't know. But even stuff like that, I enjoy stuff like that. But when they started getting off into Edibisi and all those ones,
Yeah, I couldn't watch. She didn't let me watch that kind of stuff. She believed really, my grandmother too, really heavily into eye
oh
gates,
okay,
ear gates. You're supposed to guard it. So does consuming dysfunctional family content normalize behavior or influence real life relationships?
what do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Me too. It definitely does.
Absolutely. You
Hmm.
glorify this nonsense. I think that's what
Yeah.
happened to our family values. Again, hence programming.
It is one of my good girlfriends. She got me. She said, "Crystal," she was like, "It's programming." So when they say media, television programming, they're letting us know what everything is. It's just that if nobody is making you digest and understand what it is, then you don't know. So you just run around listening to any and everything.
So
At
you
least
think
I
about
did.
this. It dictates everything.
That's my
It
point.
dictates the color in which we're going to go in the direction with real estate.
Hmm.
So everybody paints their home gray.
You're right about
Everybody
that.
paints their home cream. Everybody went with stainless steel. They dictate how we spend our money and what we like.
They do. That's why I said we need
We're
to.
not going with the pastels. We're going with greens. Everybody was doing the same thing, and it's programming. Think about it. They have you standing in line for Jordans for a pair of gym shoes that was out when I was a kid, and you're still paying a substantial amount of money for these gym shoes, it's programming.
Yeah, I get his programming, but I've never ever wanted to stand outside for anything. And anytime anybody I was around wanted to stand outside for something, it pissed me off because I
So
don't think anything is worth my time like that.
you can stand outside all you want
Well,
to. God bless you, but I am not going to join you. There is nothing that I, other than my kids. If it's my kids, I'm gonna walk on water, glass, and fire to assist them.
I ain't walking on glass and fire for my
Shh.
children no more. They get on my nerves.
Mm-mm. Even getting on my
I'll
nerves, as
take
long
the
as they're doing what they,
grandkids.
you take the
I'll
grandkids.
take them grandkids. Now them grown folks, they grown. They grown. I
But you
can't.
know, adults still need steering, especially young
I
adults.
can't bust my veins in my head trying to get those kids to listen because they don't listen because they're grown. But after the fact, yeah, ma, you right, you right. You think I'm gonna tell you something wrong? Not on, and I have told them things wrong by stepping in their business too much.
Oh, okay.
I have. I mean, I've taken the phone and said, "Well, I got it." I did that with my son. I'm trying to order him insurance, and he had an accident. And I was like, "You're fine. You have full coverage. You have full coverage." And then when I called, I'm like, "Okay, I want to report the accident." They like, "Oh, you only have liability." And I was like, "Dang, I did that." So I've kind of learned to just stay
But
out
I'm
of
gonna
it.
tell you what I tell my children. If I tell you to do something and it's wrong, I'm willing to step up and
Me
fight and
too.
pay the consequence.
That's true. I agree.
So when you make decisions, keep in mind that you have to stand by them because I didn't make those
That's
decisions.
true. You're right. I agree. I try to right my
I
wrongs.
will always write them. I will drive a substandard car if I did something like that to them in
I
order to.
love the outfit, Shar. You
Thank you.
always look so cute. We should be called something. Put a little slice on a spin on the Super Business Woman show because Fly is always in the
Fly.
house too. Yeah, always a little fly that helps.
So how do you think we can reclaim the narrative, especially for young girls, artists, businesswomen, carving legacies rooted in integrity?
I think that we need to get our self esteem and our confidence and our education intact. I think if we did that and really took it seriously, like understood like what the beauty and the essence of a woman is, how important it is for you to have an education and knowledge, how important it is for you to carry yourself in confidence and really understand when your self-esteem is fluctuating. Because a lot of times with me, I might have thought to myself like I can remember stepping outside of my house, and when I was in that lovely relationship that I was sprung on. And I would, step out the house, my hair would just be bang, 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 outfit, but realistically, anytime you're in something that's non serving to you, you're doing yourself a disservice. So you have to reflect back and say, well, how strong was my esteem within myself that I was taking that? But a lot of times I think that you look at yourself through rose colored glasses and you just don't see it. Like,
And you
so
miss it, and you we lie to ourselves all the
that's my
time.
point. That's
We
exactly what
lie
I'm
to
saying.
ourselves and we excuse away behavior.
That's it.
And love, for me, I think that I am such a driven person that I don't give up without a fight. I go hard. I have been able to achieve everything I wanted. And I
Yeah.
think that's what happened. Ego sometimes gets in the way for me.
Yeah. When I listen to music though, and I hear all these love songs, and I'm like, I don't know how it feels to feel like that anymore about someone,
To
Like,
love someone wholeheartedly.
yeah, just to love someone that much, the way that they, depict it in songs and stuff like that. And I think when I was involved in my relationship, I really think that I felt that way, but nah, because I'm in love with myself.
You can be in love
I
with
mean, I
yourself and
really
love someone
am.
else.
Yeah, that's what I want, but I think that's what people need to fall in line with doing. Young ladies need to fall in love with themselves. You really, before you start trying to deal with another person or really impact others, learn to impact yourself with as much esteem, knowledge, and information that you can. So because you have to be guarded out here in this world. This is a tough
This is a
world we're
doggy
in.
dog
It
world.
is, and
It
like
is.
most people don't care.
No, It's about
It
self-preservation.
is, and it's a book that they called "F Your Feelings," and
Yes.
I mean that. Like when people say "get out of your feelings," get out of it.
Well, you have to have some feelings in order to be balanced. You just have to know
Hey,
that
Mika.
you're balancing
Can't
them.
see. I ain't got no glasses on. You do have to have that, but the majority of people don't care. Most people want to know what you can do for them. And I just think if people just realize that, then you would take your relationships and the things that you step into much more seriously and not so casual.
So for me, I'm this person. I finally evolved. Your energy is no longer my energy. Unless I personally did something to you that I'm aware of or that
Mhm.
you've made me aware of, whatever you're feeling, I am not responsible for you or your energy.
You're right. I agree.
Additionally, I leave that there because I'm an imp. So I feel everything intensely. That's probably the reason why I'm always trying to help somebody. I feel everything intensely. So I am very aware of that now. And I tend to let people be who they are. And I deal
Yes.
with them in reality
Hmm.
and not in what I want them to be.
Exactly. I was an imp too. I used to sit around and I'd be so much stuff would hurt my feelings that people wouldn't even know. I'd be walking around like, oh my
But if you're
God.
going through something and say you're hurting, I'm hurting. So I can walk in the room and I can feel like some heaviness of somebody, and I would be like, "Oh my God, that person's hurting."
Yeah, I feel it and I understand what you're saying, but what's wrong with you?
Who
Okay,
knows?
right. So let's see how,
You could
because
have lost a child, a mother,
that's
a
true.
sibling. So who knows? But
Right.
I know that there's a heaviness there. I can feel it. However, other people be like, "What are you talking about?" I'll be like, "She's really sad. There's a heaviness."
Yeah,
However,
that's true. Darkness is with some people, or heaviness, but yeah,
heaviness. Yeah,
keep it
sadness. Mhm.
sadness. Yeah, I do agree with that. Just don't be mean spirited. Anything mean spirited, I don't want it near me. I
But you
hate
know
mean
what?
spirited people.
Sometimes
They say you're not
people
supposed to hate anything though.
sometimes people aren't mean-spirited.
What they are.
They can be ignorant. They can do it out of ignorance, out of routine. They can.
Figure it out. Cause I don't get my feelings hurt no more.
Yeah, I'm
S-
not a feelings
Yeah,
hurt
so now that
person.
my feelings don't get hurt anymore, I just say bye bye.
So I'm not a feelings person. I am a nurturer, and when I do love or I love hard, I'm selective about where I put that love,
Yes.
and I accept people for who they are. It doesn't mean that they're bad people. It doesn't mean all of my children are different, and I think that's what taught me. So there's a difference in all of them. So I've accepted they're good and bad. I guess just like they've done me, and I expect the
Hi.
same.
Yeah, cause
I'm just wondering how can we reclaim the narrative, especially for young girls and artists and business women. I'm going to ask this again. Um, Carving legacies rooted in integrity. That's super important.
it is carving legacies rooted in integrity. Cause integrity and gratitude. They say when you have gratitude, it gets you more in the universe.
So listen, that's how I deal with everything, even disappointments. I always find the silver lining to be grateful for. And in every situation, there's always something to be grateful for.
Yeah,
I,
I agree. I do agree. It's always something to be grateful for. I don't know what to do with these people in this world. I really don't. I just don't. Only thing I just don't know. You know, it's a lot. I mean, I think it's so much information out here that people can educate themselves. I definitely feel as though it's what you listen to. It's so many good people on social media that have such good information.
but you have to filter that too,
That's true.
because what energy are they saying it with?
Well,
And what's applicable to you may not be applicable to someone else. And you have to take what they say with
with
a
a
grain of
you
salt
do.
because you really don't know them either.
No, but the ones that I have chosen to listen to, and one of the ladies, she's only 26 years old. She looks a little bit more mature than 26, but her mind is definitely way up there. You know, I if you know, discernment is really good, and I'm an adult. You know, like I'm real grown, so I can get the ones that I would listen to, and even that little 26-year-old, if she said, "Crystal, go this way, do X, Y, and Z," I would do what she said because she's gifted, and I
Mhm.
like to listen to people that are gifted. I like to listen to people that God, the universe, somebody very, very high that's walking in the light, is giving them information to put out there.
So I was on the way here, I was talking on the phone, and my youngest child always has been my challenge because younger kids get away with murder.
Mhm.
Not literally, but growing up, they're the youngest. So I think they challenge us a little more. For me,
That was a good one.
they challenge me. He's not bad. He just,
Mhm.
he talked up for him and the guys.
Oh, okay. He's the one that's always talking about the
The
guys?
guys, his
Okay.
brothers. He's,
All right.
he's a spokesperson who
Okay.
wasn't really
Alright.
fearful of me.
Okay.
The guys were afraid to approach me with their issues. So they
Okay.
sent their, fearless leader in there, the baby.
Alright.
And even when he was giving me a hard time, I was able to find gratitude.
Mhm.
Those times have since then passed.
Oh.
Yeah, he thinks like I think now. He's not giving me a hard times. He still stick up for the guys, but it's on a different level.
That's good though, because he's growing and developing and
Yes.
growing into a good guy.
So I think we need to reclaim healing narratives. And as powerhouse women and leaders, how do we reclaim those healings representation?
Just be all that you can be. Be all that you can be as a woman. Understand what it means to be a strong woman that carries herself with grace. And with grace comes intelligence. You can't be a graceful woman and not be bright. Not to me. You have to have some brains.
So you have to have some brains, but you can have brains and still lack moral integrity,
So many
morality.
people do.
You can have these girls are aspiring to be baby mamas.
I don't know what they're
Girl, I
aspiring to be.
all on social media.
I know I didn't
And we're now
aspire to be a baby's
celebrating we're
mama,
now
but I
celebrating
did.
baby showers instead of marriages.
I mean, yeah, hey, I just said, I don't
We
know what
have
to
to
tell
call
these
it what
people.
it is. We have to call it what it is.
I'll call it a mistake
Well,
that I made because I think when these young girls sign up to be quote unquote baby mamas, I don't know about all of them, but I know some of them probably don't really even realize what they're doing because they're so caught up into the
and they're
lust and the love.
defending it.
Well, I don't think that they get it. They don't, and some people, it just takes some time to realize, like, because some people, I did what I did. I don't know how they
So
think.
with Nick Cannon, he's like, he thinks he's a really good father to all his kids. It's impossible to divide yourself up. I was a mother in a house with three different individuals who needed three different things. And I'm in the house.
Yeah, but if you can get your children all in together and on one page and on one accord,
They're in different states, honey.
well, we have FaceTime, we have
That's
planes
parenting.
and I mean, I'm saying with you got to make the most because a lot of my kids, a lot of them still look at their parents as being superheroes.
So what you have to do is I'm talking about rearing kids, being responsible. And he's and I'm not judging him because he gets to do what he wants to do. God doesn't take our will. However, I just think it's extremely peculiar after raising more than one child inside of a residence where I resided
Hmm.
and their needs, they girl, some of them they want me out sometimes.
They wear you out all the time, but people only think about themselves. That's it. And a lot of those women, they may have wanted. I don't know what is wrong. I don't know. I'm just glad I'm out of it, over it, and I just can think. I can see clearly now. The day is what is it
You want
that?
to be a baby mama and be in a club. I kind of, and Nick Cannon is defending his actions and continuously making more children.
Oh, he has another baby on the way.
I don't know if it's on the way, but he's defended himself, and then there were a couple more born.
Well, everyone's got a lot of people. It's hard for them to say I made a mistake. That was wrong,
You
especially
don't
when
have
there's
to
money
say it, but
involved.
you just keep doing it.
I guess he wants to. I don't know. A lot of guys, when you talk to them, they say that they want to have children all over the world. They do. Some of these people are nuts. They're so in love with themselves.
How unfair is that to the
It's
child?
very, very unfair. It's very,
You
very
put them at a
unfair. You
disadvantage.
put them at a strong disadvantage. And these mothers, all they're thinking about is, he's Nick Cannon. He chose me.
But he only had one wife.
And that was Mariah Carey. After
Mhm.
Mariah Carey, he was like, I'm done because I heard she's a piece of work.
Well, he's been trying to get back with her.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
he went on there and said that he was immature. He couldn't take her fame.
Oh, he was envious of
He was
her.
he was immature,
Hmm.
and he said he had to grow. So
Oh, well, after with him having all those kids, I don't think Mariah would take him
I
back.
don't think she's thinking of
And if
him.
she did, he would. She is not taking that man back. I think she just came out with a song too. They love Mariah Carey, though. Mariah Carey is a beautiful woman. She's a gorgeous woman, and
Mhm.
she is very talented. She can sing and hit those notes all the
And I
way
like that
to
she's
the
a
top.
girly girl.
Oh, I love a girly girl. I don't
Yes.
like it if you. I don't want anything around me that's not girly
Yeah, she's
girly.
a girly girl. I like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it too.
As business women and leaders, what emotional culture legacies are you aiming to model for your families, teens, and audiences?
So for me, I'm electing to model entrepreneurship, uh, educating yourself, getting your education also. I think those things and learning yourself, when Robert Greene pointed that out, I said, that is just so true because people are in these jobs and they're in these places and they're not happy where they're at because they forgot what they aspired, where they were walking around their childhood, dreamy, trying to think of
But
being.
happiness. I don't know what's wrong with me
That's okay.
today. I'm tired.
It's all right.
Happiness is because of happenings.
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 Oh, so what he's saying is go if when you're unhappy,
Hmm.
dig deep inside, go back to what used to make you happy. Like when I was growing up, I used to love to play jacks. I used to love jacks.
So you play jacks now.
I would play some jacks now. If someone were to bring me or give me a nice
So
jack.
you don't think it's age appropriate entertainment? So if I like to jump rope, just go out and jump rope, or I play hopscotch.
I jump rope all the time because I used to like to jump. Now I couldn't do double dutch, but I'd use it as a form of exercise now.
I
So
like to jump rope too. But what I'm saying is, for me,
I still dug back deep to get into that rope because god doggone it.
but for me, I find peace in reading,
My grandmother loved reading.
music,
I love music.
prayer,
I like to pray. I think about God all the time.
and writing, journaling.
I don't journal that much, but journaling is definitely good to be able to write your thoughts down for sure.
But happiness is based on happenings.
I agree. You have to make it
You
happen.
have to have joy, and that comes from a relationship for me, with the Father.
Hmm.
So I get blessed with joy, unspeakable joy. There's going to be ebbs and flows, good things and bad things that transpire throughout the day. I don't have bad days. I have uncomfortable moments because I know my faith is telling me that God's going to make it better.
Well, I agree. And I might not identify it all the way as that's what's doing it, but I know that it's God that does it and He does it all the time. I mean, all the time. All the time. I was sitting up, I'm like, I got to take care of this. I got to take care of that. Then I got a phone call saying that this is getting ready to happen. And I said, after that phone call came through, I said, Jesus, God is so good. He
He
comes
is,
on time all the
in
time,
spite of us.
in spite of us. But He doesn't have that much work on my spirit and my heart to do because I don't mean the world any harm at all. I
But in
promise
meaning the
you.
world no harm, there's certain requirements that He requires from us.
That I know, I agree. We all need work, but some people need him to be dead smack right in front of them and
Some
shaking them
people
like
need,
this.
just like I need one of those power tools where you gut things. Some people just need a gutting from the inside out. Heart. They need to do
That's my point.
everything.
Exactly. So I went to the all black affair that I told you about yesterday. And
Hmm.
I was very, very, very happy that I went. It was very, very nice. All
Hmm.
of the people in there looked so beautiful. The women looked gorgeous. The men looked gorgeous. Everyone was on their best behavior. The mansion was off the chain. It was so beautiful. I thought it was an Airbnb. And the guy was like, no, it's not an Airbnb. Someone owns it. the guy was happened to be there, and I was like, he was right there. I said, well, I'm thinking he does real estate or something. And he was like, no, I'm into facial recognition. I said, well, you a bad man then if you over
And
here.
I went to a great event yesterday. It was their 21st anniversary. It was Dr. Shanita Ray
Whoop, whoop,
and Dr. Naomi Ray.
whoop,
They're the
whoop.
newest franchisee siblings, the only sibling franchisee
Of
of
Potbelly. I
Potbellies.
saw that. I thought that was
And
phenomenal.
it was an amazing event. It
That's
was an
what's up.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm super proud of them. And of course, I got to meet them through the none other than Shatira.
That's okay. You said we know you don't. Yep, that's
I'm
that.
tired. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
was Shatira. So thank you for sharing your friends always
Oh
and
yeah.
loving on me. And I felt privileged to be
Is
there.
that the ring?
It
Oh,
was a
that's right.
really
That.
great
Yes.
event.
So that for me last night showed that there is still a lot of melanated, beautiful excellence out there in the world, because those people in there looked, I mean, it was just, I mean, everybody was dancing, having a
Mhm.
ball. The
Mhm.
food was good. It was really, really nice. So I think if we could, which is here we go with the dreamy stuff though. If we could stay in that world, in that mindset, that would make such a difference. Instead of like what we were talking about when I walked in about going at each other like that. That's the wrong way to go
That's
about doing
extremely
things.
sassy to be doing that on social media.
Yeah.
But as we close today's show, may we carry forth the deeper lessons of those early sitcoms families love, rooted in respect, marriage grounded in communication, parenting wrapped in presence. Let's remember the generational power of integrity, not just entertainment. Malcolm Jamal Warner portrayal of Theo reminded us of that vulnerability, is not the only thing that um, helps us. We need to understand that we need to just get back to where we were and how we were.
Yeah.
Those sitcoms did help us. They shaped me. I wanted to be a lawyer because of her.
I mean, I definitely wanted to be somebody special in the world after, looking at those shows. Even like I said, the Facts of Life, all of them were getting bused to schools and all these expensive Gary Coleman
So
on
I was
different
getting so
strokes.
I was getting bused to school. So I
See,
went to a school in a totally different neighborhood
see,
when I was a kid. So
yeah,
that for me was realistic.
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
My neighbors' kids went to boarding school. They're
See,
slightly older. They're probably 5 to 7 years older than my kids. She sent her kids away to some of the best boarding schools.
yeah, and that's why your environment is so important. It's so deep. We would have to do another show about it and
Yeah, let's
another
just
one.
remember that, growth and being human, but they're not meant to be held, love is not meant to be held in chaos. And that's what we have to get rid of. I think all the chaos, all the noise. Everybody has an opinion about something. And it's strong and it's loud. And the loudest people are normally the ones that's causing the most trouble and making
That's
the bad
true.
decisions. Television will keep changing, but we can choose what we let influence our reality. That's why I don't watch everything. That's why I'm not watching Love and Hip Hop. I don't even watch Basketball Wives anymore or
I
Atlanta
looked at the. You don't look at the
Housewives.
little reels.
I do
Oh, I
not.
do. Jackie's daughter needs to be plop 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 playing.
See, I can't
Yeah.
because that's letting that energy into my
That's true, but
field.
so though I'm gonna say this and I'll be quiet. Some of those episodes with stuff like that are because it's a lot of parents out here
Mhm.
that are going through he double hockey sticks with their adult children having that mouth.
So I think so with that, yeah,
They are
but why are we glorifying that?
no, well, that's
Jackie
true.
has been a piece of work, which was one of the reasons why I stopped watching the show.
No, I think that I don't think she is. I don't think. Well, it is being glorified because instead of them taking care of it privately inside of the home, they're putting it out there to the rest of the
Well,
world.
she hasn't been the best light going forth. Not that she deserves her daughter being
Not at all.
disrespectful,
Mm-mm.
but you live in chaos.
Yeah, that's true. But her daughter's tripping.
Let's champion media that elevates, teaches, and helps us aspire to be better for our children, our relationships, and our purpose. Rest in power, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Thank you
Rest
for
in
being a part
power.
of our legacy, and thank the
Aw.
listeners for sharing this space of healing, reflection, and the possibility with us tonight.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, Shar. That was a great
I am
show.
Sharon Locked. Love Loans and Lifestyle. I can be reached at 312-937-6227. Char Lewis on all social media platforms. I have a JBL Training Academy. We have a class coming up August 9th. Contact us for all your conceal and carry needs. We're sending love, light, and healing energies to Alexis Arce, CEO Alexis. She's Alexis Arce on all social media platforms. And you can reach her at www.couturemanagement.com.
And you can find me, Crystal Lewis, with all of your real estate and investment needs at 312-877-6687. And then you can also email me at info@powercircleinvestments.com. Peace, love, and blessings. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next Saturday, same time, 3 to 5 on Intellectual Radio. Have an amazing day, guys.
Not so much lovers. Do you think of me? We love to hug and kiss. We love to rub. That love is what I miss. Do you think of me or how I could be more than just another casualty in need?